Good morning, everyone. It's assembly time again, Monday's assembly. And I would say this is the first part of the assembly again, because I'll do team points coming on after. We have, of course, got the shout out box ready to go for today's assembly. Do that a little bit later. I am going to start off with this. Now, I know that you know it's Advent at the moment, and before I do anything else, actually, I am going to light the candle behind me, because this candle reminds us the light. This candle reminds us that we are waiting for Jesus, the light of the world, to come into the world as part of at Christmas time. And one of the things that lots of people do during this period is to use Advent calendars. Now you can see we've got 3 windows open on this one because today is the 3rd of December, although I know that you will be watching this on the 4th, 5th, 6th December, I believe. But at this point, only 3 are open. Now, I know that for many people, waiting for Christmas is a really hard thing to do. And that feeling of having an Advent calendar where you open 1 window a day to get 1 chocolate a day can be really hard. And I imagine that some of you sometimes feel a real urge to just go off the back and just eat all the chocolates. But I know that actually the waiting is part of the enjoyment of Christmas. And it's a really important part of Advent. That waiting for the arrival of Jesus is such an important part for Christians as well. Now, just to see how good you are at waiting, I'm going to set a timer on my watch. I'm going to set a timer for 1 minute. And what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask everybody to close their eyes in your classroom when I say so. And I'm going to start timing the 1 minute. And then when you think 1 minute is up, I'm going to ask you to put your hand in the air at the point which you think 1 minute is up. Now, when 1 minute has finished, I will say, I will put my hand in the air, and then I'll do some talking. I'm going to do some talking afterwards at that point. But let's see how long it takes. So once you put your hand in the air, you can open your eyes, of course. So you can see other people, but let's see how many people get as close as possible to 1 minute. Right, here we go. I'm just going to on countdown at the moment. I'm going to have to work out a way to put. Here we go. Right, here we go. Close your eyes and off we go. Okay, so the minute is now up. So I've just put my hand in the air for a couple of seconds, but hopefully, well, I don't know how many people got as accurate to a minute as possible. I'm not sure. I'm going to guess that most people put their hand up before the minute was up. And the reason I think that is because we all have time, we want it to pass a little bit quicker than it actually does. And I think that more so at this time of year than any other time is when, we know that we've got to wait for Christmas. We know on the 1st of December, that's another 24 days until Christmas comes. And so it's hard to wait. But, during Christmas, during December, we get to enjoy lots of Christmassy things before we get to that main day. We get to see Christmas lights being turned on, maybe put up a Christmas tree. Maybe we have a nativity at school, or have Christmas dinner, parties perhaps, all sorts of things in the build-up to Christmas. And all of those things are really enjoyable, and they spread out that Christmas fun. But if we rush too quickly, then we miss out on some of that excitement. As I said before, if we opened all of the doors of the Advent calendar on the 1st of December, it wouldn't really leave us much enjoyment in the rest of that run up to Christmas. So let's not rush to the end of Advent. Let's enjoy the time that we've got to wait and to think about it. And for Christians, the waiting is really important. It's not just about counting down those days to Christmas. Christians use the time to get ready and celebrate the time when Jesus came down to earth. And I think that's really important. We want to try to make sure that we are celebrating that time, really enjoying the time, enjoying the waiting as we get ready. So I'm just going to say some words of thought and then a prayer. So let's just sit quietly for a minute while I say this. Advent is a time of waiting. Mary had to wait for baby Jesus to be born. But also the Bible tells us that the Jewish nation was waiting for a Messiah, someone that would come and rescue them throughout the time before Jesus was born. Advent, let's take some time to think about what that waiting means to us and how we can prepare ourselves to celebrate Jesus coming into the world. I'm going to say a prayer. Let's pray. Dear God, we thank you for this most special time of year when we celebrate Jesus coming to earth. As we decorate our homes, buy presents and write Christmas cards, help us to make ourselves ready to celebrate the time. May our homes be filled with love and happiness this Christmas. Amen. So I'm going to go straight into the shout out box now. Here we go. Oh, there's a lot in here today. Loads in here today. So I'm going to try and get them all out. I think that's all of them. Here we go. Here's our shout outs for this week. 2 in 1. So this first one says, I'm giving a shout out for Marina for always bouncing back. Fantastic. I like that. I think it means Maruna, actually. This is for Georgie C in 6S for being such a great friend to play with. I think Georgie C is in 6N, actually. We'll shout out to Rosie for being a great friend. A shout out to Sambi in year 5 for giving up her time to run an art club every Thursday for year 5. Well done, Sambi. This one is for Ella in 3N for being a nice friend. Lovely. Well done, Ella. This is for Millie for being a good friend. One for Dylan. He is so funny. Henry W for being a good big brother. Oh, I wonder who that could be from. This is for Thomas L for helping me with my tray. To Charlie for being a good friend. Elodie for being my friend. A few more here. This one says, this is for 6N. The cleaner says, thank you for always leaving the classroom so tidy at the end of the day. It makes his job much easier. Well done. This is to Owen for being a good friend in football. Laura in 3N for being a great sister. Again, I wonder who that's from. Cody for helping me in football. To Madison in 6S for being a fun, supportive and lively friend. Well done to all of you. One is to say to the kitchen to say thank you for all the food. Lovely this term, I have to say. Shout out to Averitt for letting me play Among Us. I'm giving a shout out to Georgie B for being very fun and supportive. Bella M in 5S for helping me. Shout out to Alden for making me laugh. Oh, they've got lots together. We've got about 5 or 6 left. To Archie for being a great friend. This one says to Mrs. Davis for helping me with Maya's numbers. A shout out to Tom and Freddie T for being great friends and always walking to school with me. Ellie G for being happy and kind in the playground. 2 more left. This is for Mrs. McCormack for organising our fab No Pens Wednesday. Absolutely. Great job with that. And shout out to Rosie and Erin for always letting me play. So those are all our shout outs for this week. It's lovely to read them. I always really enjoy reading them, and I love doing my assemblies with you. Hope you have a great week at school. Obviously, I'll be there doing the team points, in which you hopefully you'll watch straight after this, but it'll be a few days before I record them. So well done. Have a lovely week, everyone. Bye.